Hey everybody, it's Greg the Ghoul coming to you from within Phantasm Comics. Check that out. Wait a minute, we're not at Phantasm Comics. We're at New York Comic Con today. Look at this. This is wonderful. So stick with me and you can see some of the stuff that we're going to see at this show. All right. All right, everybody, we're here at the Storm King booth. My goodness, they have some cool stuff on display, so let's take a quick peek. Goodness, it's the Sutter Kane collection. Look at this. Insane movie props on display here at the Storm King booth. Look at that. Fantastic stuff here. And Sandy King is... Look at this. There we go. And then Sandy King is here. Fantastic publisher. Great horror books. Coming out in slipcase editions now. Look at this. Don't sleep on Storm King. We love them in the shop and they are available, so stop by if you want to pick some up. Classic power tool section at the con. Good to see you again. Glad they're back. Power tools at the con. It's always good.
It's good.
Let's see what this is all about. The Boondocks. Look at this. Boondocks setup. What? Look at this. Oh my god, look at that. Look at
Yeah, I was figuring we just put it right here.
found this bizarre staircase. Not sure where it goes to, but there's this staircase in the middle of the floor here. Down there. Not sure what happens down there. Everyone, welcome to my liminal space channel now. I'm walking through a creepy open space here at the convention. Very rare to find open space on the floor, so this is creepy. I am freaked out. I've already peed and pooped my pants. So, it doesn't matter because everyone smells like shit anyway. So, we're good. We're gonna try and find some more people. It's just creepy being in this convention without anyone here in the show floor. This is just, let's see what's going on over here. Look at everyone just standing around doing nothing. Very, very bizarre. I'm terrified. Let's hope that there's more people around this corner. I'll report back later on. Elite Supply, bringing the heat. Pretty cool stuff. Piece they've brought part of outside inside the convention here. Look at this. This is like New York City recreated here in the New York Comic-Con. Very cool. All right, everybody. Well, I am back in home base here at Phantasm Comics in New Hope, Pennsylvania, and just spread out some of the stuff that we have that I purchased from New York Comic-Con. So, just some fun stuff here on the table, a mix of all sorts of weirdness. So let's just dive into it. First up, I'll just go with some of the back issue pickups that I found. I found one table with a really cool amount of underground stuff and just tougher to find. This is adapted by Spain, which they had a lot of stuff by Spain. Great, mid-90s sort of outlaw comic style stuff. Antisocial for the disabled, introducing the Infirmity 4, just a ridiculous underground comic. They had a really good amount of underground comics, so pretty excited to find it. Image of the Beast. This is a Philip Jose Farmer adaptation. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of Philip Jose Farmer, sci-fi, fantasy writer, and this is straight out of 1973. I think there's another one that goes with it, a more modern reprinting, but this cover is fantastic. Great copy. Picking up Simpsons stuff for myself, trying to find some fun Treehouse of Horrors. I'm not chasing all of them, but this cover was pretty nice, and this was one of the better condition ones. Devil Jack, #1, another like 90s outlaw comic style book. One of these, it might have been, not sure, it was either Devil Jack or Dead Crew was fully colored, which was also very surprising. So, but I got a chance to look at both of them. $3 book here, picked it up for the cover. The guts are not as nearly as nice as this cover, but it was fun. It must be nice to sell dollar books for $3, so that's good. I'm glad they were able to get away with that. Here's Vendetta, Holy Vindicator. This book was in a half-price bin, so it was half the price off of that. I think it was like 12 or 13 bucks, and I was sold just reprinting some great outlaw comics from the 90s. So I had to pick this up. I'm also going to look for more stuff that Floating World Comics has put out. So if they put out stuff like this, I know that they previously put out, hold on one second. So I couldn't find the other Floating World comics that we have in stock, but a lot of the modern stuff that they put out, it's similar to this, so check it out if you're looking for them. If you're looking for something like this, go look for Floating World comics at your comic shop. I picked up Gutter Hunter. The second one down here is a little inappropriate, so we're not going to show that one, but it looks like the same sort of font as the Cinema Sewer treatment here. So maybe it's the same people. I'm not sure. I haven't dug into it yet, but Adults Only Guide to History's Wildest Independent Comics. I'm all in on that. Found some Winsor McKay stuff. Dreams of the Rare Bit Fiend. They're all like, you know, a news page, silly dream craziness, and then the person always wakes up at the end in the bed cursing the fact that they ate some rare bit. There we go. Boots, another Spain book that I found while there. Story wasn't as exciting as some of the other stuff that we picked up, but the art still is fantastic. Trash Man, this was up on the wall. I had to pick this up. I don't think I have a copy of this. If I do, then it'll become available at the shop, but this one was in particularly good condition. Trash Man, and it looks great too. Can't wait to dive into that. And we do have hardcover reprints of all that too. Spain stuff. There's a whole underground section of reprints in the store. So if you're looking for like the hardcovers, nice new editions of any of this sort of stuff, we probably have it. One of my favorite purchases is this Dan O'Neill's comics, doing a little Dell Disney swipe here, but it's so outrageous. The cover, the condition's pretty good. The interior does not really match the cover art, unfortunately. Really doesn't have anything to do with it, but this cover is definitely a keeper for me. I was very happy to find that. Let's see here. Also had some freebies, stuff that they were handing out. I went to one of the publishers, the Penguin Publishing table. They handed me this Bluey thing because I was like, we have the Halloween Bluey book in the store. I was like, that's selling really good for us. They're like, great, here, take this. This was confusing, but I went, all right. So Jeff Johns made a huge announcement that the Ghost Machine is coming, which Ghost Machine is a collaboration between all these famous people. So look at that. There's Jason Fabok, Gary Frank, Brian Hitch, Jeff Johns, Lamont Maggie, Francis Manipul, Brad Meltzer, Peter J. Tomasi, and Maytel Zikhut. I don't know how to say that person's name, but they're all there. Look at that. Huge group of very famous creators. I know that Jeff Johns launched an imprint at Image. I don't know if this is connected, although the Geiger character that was part of his Ghost something, I forget what that was called, but this is Ghost Machine, a new imprint at Image with some fantastic stuff coming, so watch out. We'll probably be bringing it all in. Look at this middle page spread. I have a huge poster of this. We'll try and put it up somewhere in the store. Then we have all this fun stuff coming. So this was one of the big announcements that they had. They had a nice big booth. All this stuff's coming. So it's cool to see. I guess they reorganized themselves and made a new company. They're making a huge push. So that was cool. Got a freebie from Mad Cave. Here's the convention book. Some nice artwork on the cover there. 2000 AD was handing out. Dan Fogler gave us this for free. Thank you very much. He's been putting out great stuff for a while now. Look at this. So ridiculous. But this is some really fun art in here. I think he's been... a lot of this stuff's in our back issues if you're looking for anything. So step into those back issues. I don't know. DC was giving out... or Lunar was giving out this stuff at their breakfast. So I just snagged some of it. Okay. And then we're back to here. All right. I almost forgot about these ones, so I got to show these off. We found these creators in Artist Alley, so perhaps these you will see in the store eventually. I haven't read them yet, so I want to check them out, but it seemed like something that was pretty cool. Samurai Slasher, all the way from Australia. A mythical samurai warrior returns from the dead to undertake a murderous rampage. No one and nothing can stand in his way, but that doesn't stop them from trying. So this looks pretty cool. Check this out. There was a one-shot Samurai Slasher. Late Fees, which looked really cool. And that was limited to 666 issues. And from the same table, Our Final Halloween, which looks this. Let's see what it says back here. Our final Halloween is a horror comic inspired by the likes of H.P. Lovecraft, but without the racism, and John Carpenter. Set in a 1984, a group of teens find themselves covered in blood, disoriented, and with no short-term memory. As the mystery unravels, the gang discovers that not everything is as it seems, and it's down to them to uncover the bloody truth before it's too late. So check that out. And then this one spoke to me from far away. I saw the cover. Grump. There it is. So we'll definitely check this out in summertime. It's summertime, but you won't find Grump playing in the sunshine. He prefers staying indoors, drawing pictures of his dog, Captain. But Captain has gone missing. Grump has to leave the secluded safety of his house in hopes of finding him. And with those reluctant steps off his front porch, he discovers something he never expected: friendship. So there we go, Grump. So I'll check these out myself, and maybe we'll reach out to the creators and see if we can get these books into the shop too. So these guys were from Australia, so who knows? Maybe I can catch them before they leave the country, have them mail something out on Monday. But this one looked really cool too. Let's show off some of the interior. So there we go. Forgot to show these off, but these definitely wanted to highlight some of these creators that we found in Artist Alley. Okay, so that's it. I didn't get too much thoughts from the show. I was there on Thursday and Friday, for part of the day on Friday. Didn't stay very long. Saw most of the stuff I needed to see on Thursday. It's probably been, I think we were talking about like 4 years since I had been to New York Comic Con, and I was told recently I went to the first one. I think we went with my dad. Back in 2006. I had gone every year after that for many years. I didn't miss a New York Comic Con. And then COVID kind of disrupted stuff, and I didn't go. But I had gone for many years, probably 8 or 10 years in a row, and enjoyed it every year. There's always some fun stuff at New York Comic Con, whether it's movies, comic books, action figures. Enjoyed it. This year was a little odd for me, a little different. There was probably maybe 8 to 15 different vendors for comic books, small to big booths for back issue stuff like we have here in the video. Far fewer than years before. There's many vendors that I personally knew that I did not see there. Not returning. I hear that prices are going up. It's very expensive to vend in New York City. Tons of $2 and $3 bins. $2 bins at New York Comic Con was never unusual, but $3 bins for books that should be $1 was a bit ridiculous. And it was just a lack of comic representation, I thought, for back issues. There was, I was looking for underground stuff, and I found one table that had it. One. Beyond that, it was a sea of Marvel and DC, and I totally understand that because that's what sells. That's what people want to find back issues for. No big deal, but it just was a lack of variety in the comic book world there because there's so few vendors. If it's too expensive to vend at New York Comic Con, you're not going to get those vendors coming back, and you're going to have people like DoorDash, who had a huge setup for some reason, and bath fitters, of course. You never saw bath fitters there, but they seem to be popping up at every show. Anyway, that was all right. No media presence. I don't think I saw everything. Of course, I must have missed stuff. So we probably missed. I did not see a Trauma booth. I did not see a Glass Eye Pix booth. I didn't see the Magnet booth, which is usually there. Another tradition I usually had was buying a movie and enjoying it that night. We used to always get a new Magnet release or a Trauma movie or something. We would watch it that evening. No movies there. No media blasters. They haven't been there in ages. So that was also odd. It was trying to think of what else we did not see. Trade paperbacks. Another oddity. There was very few actual trade paperbacks for sale. I had 2 mangas in mind that I wanted to show John, my friend who I was traveling with and enjoying the show with. I couldn't find any manga on sale. There was a Viz booth. They had statues on display, and they had a handful of books behind glass at the register. Don't know. It's so bizarre. Years before, you would have Midtown Comics who would set up, like basically an entire store that you could go walk through. And many other retailers would do the same. They would basically set up an entire store that you could shop through. Not so. There were very few trade paperback vendors or manga vendors. The publishers were sort of there, but they were not bringing the product like years before. 2000 AD, I would have loved to have seen some of their more obscure titles. Very few books on their table. It's more just promote the brand and the publisher, get the word out of what we're doing. We're not here to sell the books. That's what it seemed like this year. So that was kind of another upsetting thing. I used to go to New York Comic Con, and on Sunday night, I was telling my wife Maria, I used to have bruises where the straps of my book bag were. On Sunday, I could barely raise my arms up because I had purchased so many things and I was carrying them around all weekend long. I just have a tiny little dot from Thursday of a backpack bruise, but it was nothing. I go there looking to find fun stuff that I haven't seen that you're going to put in front of me, and I didn't see anything. And the last oddity was the publishers didn't show up for some big companies. Where was the Dark Horse booth? Where was the DC booth? The Marvel booth had costumes from the movie in it. It was so odd to me. Image did not have a centralized booth. They allowed all the imprints to put up booths, I guess, which was weird. Some were in the artist alley, others were upstairs somewhere. Totally scattered about. How about make a giant Image booth and let the imprints have their own little spots within it? It's just something like, solidarity within the publishers and just ease of finding people. I had very difficult time, locating the publishers. And even the book itself has a barcode in it, a QR code, which I guess everyone is able to scan except for me. My phone didn't work. But it said, here's the show floor map, but but please scan this barcode because it might have changed. So I'm like, well, then what's the point of the map? I mean, if you're gonna make it and put it in print, stick to the map. So there was I don't know if I will return next year. There are other shows that I would probably prefer to go to, and I would hope that the publishers would support. Possibly check out Baltimore Con next year. And some other bigger shows, but not nearly as big as New York Comic Con. It's just odd. It's definitely changed since 4 years ago when I went. Who knows why? We were talking about a lot of different theories and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's different for me. I don't think I changed too much, but I think the show did, unfortunately. So it was still a great time. I love going to Comic Cons in general, so I love just being there, seeing all the fun stuff. As you guys saw, I already showed you me just walking around randomly at the show. So I hope you enjoy this, and stick around because I'll be putting out a bunch of new videos too. We got some collections in, so thanks for watching this, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little trip to New York Comic Con and seeing all the goodies that I brought back for myself. And if I have doubles, maybe I'll put them out in the store, but I don't think so. I think this is all new stuff for me. Definitely not letting go of this one. I love this cover. It's so ridiculous. But thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you at the comic shop. Have a good one. Bye.